Welcome back to Jayhawks pregame here on the Westmoreland Sports Network's PIAA state semifinals between Jeannette and Reynolds. And we are in the weight room here at McKee Stadium talking with head coach Roy Hall of the Jeannette Jayhawks. And Coach, first of all, big congratulations, your 10th WPIAL championship. I know it won't be your last. Have you come down off of cloud 9 yet?
Well, we have to, because we got another big game coming up this week, the semifinals of the PIAA tournament. So it's tough, but we're coming down.
We'll talk a little bit about the feelings right after the game. Obviously, you guys got to celebrate a little bit anyway before you turn your focus to Reynolds here tonight. But how excited was it for you to share it with your team and also the community? Oh,
it was fantastic, especially when you play and you beat a team like the Clairton Bears and you play and beat them in the fashion that our team did. It was awesome. I mean, we had a nice supporter crowd there, and it was just awesome. You know, our 10th WPIAL championship and you know, beating Clairton, and they're ranked #1 in the state in WPIAL was an awesome feeling.
Coach, when you looked at the first game against Clairton, obviously it was just a touchdown that separated you, and then you were able to get that lopsided win in the Whippeal Championship. Did anything change for you game plan-wise, or did you guys just execute better?
Well, first of all, our coach, offense coordinator, Coach Rich, did a fantastic job game planning for that game. And we felt if we wouldn't have made some mistakes the first game, we thought maybe we could beat them the first game. But I don't think anybody thought that we would do what we did Saturday. We didn't. I mean, we thought we had a great shot of winning, but to do it in the fashion we did, it was unbelievable.
You guys were able to cause 4 turnovers in the first quarter. It was amazing, really. But you guys have done that all year. What has been the key to you guys causing so many turnovers? Just aggressiveness, Coach?
Well, we got Jeremy Benikoski's our defensive coordinator. He does a great job with this, you know, help of Coach Cook, secondary coach. And we just think, you know, turnovers are game changers. I just found out that overall we have 26 interceptions, and I think we have 12 fumble recoveries, which is pretty impressive. So.
Yeah, that was just a huge key in the game. I thought another big part of the game, Coach, you guys were up 21-7 right before the end of the half, and you guys were able to make that huge goal line stand going into halftime. You came away with another turnover there, an interception on, I think it was 4th down. Would you say that was a huge point in the game right there?
I do, and I think their coach may mention that too, because had they scored, they might have been going in at halftime with the momentum going their way. But with us having that stop goal line stance, it was awesome, and it got us with the momentum going in. And also, that doesn't happen. You stop Clairton in a goal line stance. That doesn't happen. Yeah, it gave you guys a ton of momentum, certainly going into halftime. I want to ask you about Brad Birch in a bit, but he goes out, Bento comes in at quarterback, and you know, you guys are still able to put points on the board, but a huge kick by Bento on that drive that Brad went out. He was able to get a field goal. I know you guys have had some trouble with point afters, but a great job there by kicking the field goal and putting you guys up by another score. Yes, I think because, you know, that was the first field goal attempt we had all year. And I think Clairton thought it might have been a fake, so they held back some, so they had the opportunity to kick the ball and make it work.
Did that go through your head at all to run a fake there, or were you just going to let Bento kick it?
No, we just had to try. It was close to the half, so let's give it a shot, see what we could do.
Yeah, and he put it through the uprights, certainly for the field goal, and that was a big kick for you. You guys were able to put the game away. A lot of certainly great individual efforts by a number of guys, Coach, but I thought Jayden Kennedy was really, really good in the game. Only a sophomore. I'm sure you're looking for big things from him here coming forward.
Yes, absolutely I am. He's a great kid. We say he's probably one of the top 5 talents on the team, and as a sophomore, and he's going to get a lot of play this week. And defensively, he stepped up. He just starting on defense the last couple games, and he's been playing lights out. He
really has. And obviously, we can't overshadow Bento Smith's day. I just mentioned him. I mean, he does so many different things. You guys have had a lot of dynamic players, you know, throughout the years, Coach. But is Bento right up there with in terms of what he can do on both sides of the ball and on special teams too?
Yes, I mean the proof's in the pudding, as they say. I mean, he's doing it offensively, defensively. He can throw the ball, run the ball, kick the ball, and defend the ball. He does them all. He's a great leader. He's a captain. He's a player's. He's a player that we all look up to.
Brad Birch, another solid game from him, especially running the football. Unfortunately, he got injured. He will not play here tonight. What is the plan for you guys at quarterback? Obviously, Bento can go back there. Jimmy Sanders was a starter at quarterback for you last year. Should we expect to see both of those guys in the backfield?
Yes, this is one thing a lot of people didn't realize. Like all year, you always have to be ready in case somebody goes down. And Coach Rich did a great job of getting Bento ready, and he always got snaps in every game. He got snaps, and then Jimmy was always the third team. We would have him run some plays, but the way Coach Rich had it set up, I mean, hopefully, you know, Bento will come in and won't miss a beat. He's throwing the ball well, and he runs the ball well. So I'm pretty excited to see what he's going to do.
All right, so there you go. Bento will get the start at quarterback, and that's you know, again, he's had such a great season. Coach, from the outside looking in, this always seems to kind of be a dangerous week. I mean, you have a huge high beating the Clairton Bears in the Whitfield Championship, and then you start the states here right into the state semifinals. How do you avoid a letdown against Reynolds here tonight?
Well, we've been trying, and we've been really preaching to the kids, you know, I mean, you know, that was one of our goals, to win the WPL championship. But that wasn't our ultimate goal, is to win the state title. And that's what we told them. We said, you know, it happens a lot of times. You knock a big team off, and then and they come down off their high. I says, we still want to go out and play Jayhawk football and be able to take it to our next opponent.
So what do you know about this Reynolds team, Coach? And is there any Whitfield team that you guys have played that you can compare them to? Are they similar to anybody, or are they kind of their own?
Well, we actually asked ourselves a little bit, and if we could say anything a little similar maybe, but a little bigger and a little more physical, is the Rochester.
Okay.
That's what some of the guys would say, maybe Rochester. But Reynolds is a wrestling town. They, you know, they got about 6 wrestlers on the team. That linebacker is a nice-sized guy. He's an All-American wrestler. But, you know, the thing is, when you play a team that really hasn't been in the playoffs a whole lot, they're excited and they're pumped up to play. They feel they ain't got nothing to lose, and they're going to come at you and they're going to give it their all.
Is there anything else that stands out to you about Reynolds when you look at them on film? You mentioned big linebacker. What do they like to do on?
Well, they like to run. They run the ball. They get double tight. They get spread something. They don't spread, but they'll have 2 wing backs back there, and they'll do some crisscross and stuff like that. They'll run it right at you. I guess their coach made a quote on Twitter. It says that their key to the thing is they're going to get the ball, control the ball. Okay, that's what they have to do against Jeannette, so that's what you're going to be looking for, right? Yes.
See, you make a comment on social media, everybody sees it, so that's what they're looking to do. Coach, finally, your keys to victory here tonight against Reynolds.
Well, the key is, you know, when we have the ball, we got to score. Don't turn the ball over, and we got to play some solid defense because we got a physical team coming at us.
Yep, no doubt about it, Coach. I know that. There's a lot of things happening right now outside of things that we can and cannot control. So I'm sure you're happy to just be playing tonight and hopefully a win and off to Hershey next week.
Absolutely. I mean, going in with this COVID stuff, I never thought we would get this far. I thought it might have got shut down or something. And it's a credit to a lot of the kids and a lot of people have been doing their social distancing and stuff like that.
I do want to ask you, too, earlier in the pregame show, we had a chance to talk with a couple of guys that were very instrumental in a state and a couple Whitfield championships back in the mid-2000s. And we talked with those guys, you know, a few minutes ago here as everybody got a chance to see. I know you've been asked this probably a million times about those teams, just how much you think back to them. I know you're not thinking about them now, but, you know, in the summertime or – you know, in the off season, I'm sure I know you still talk with Coach Ritz a lot and Terrell and Jason. So, what do you think back to those teams a good bit?
Well, I do. One of the things I think back, because you know, every year things change. As kids change, some of their attitude changes and stuff like that. But we're moving forward. But I tell you what, the 07 team is special to me, near and dear to me in my heart. I was assistant head coach under Coach Ritz then. We had a tremendous group there, a tremendous team. But they're near and dear to me. But, I mean, I was fortunate enough to move on and us to win the WPL championship in 17 and state title. I mean, it was great teams and everything, but having that first one always seems to be right up in there.
Carrying on that legacy. And I had a chance to watch a few DVDs that Anthony and I think it was John Howard. Is that the name I'm trying to get right? Okay. That they made of those runs that you guys made back then. And I got a chance to see behind the scenes in the locker room and Coach Ritz and you and even Matt Levy, he was an assistant coach back then. It was really cool to see all that going on.
Absolutely. So it was actually, we have one of the kids that was on that team is assistant coach with us, Trevor Petrillo.
Yeah, I saw him too. So that was really neat. neat to see. Coach, thank you so much for doing this, as always, all year long, and good luck tonight, and we'll go get another one next week then, all right?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That is Coach Roy Hall of the Jeannette Jayhawks and the Coach Hall Show here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Jayhawks pregame will continue with Brent and Anthony right after these messages. We count you down to kickoff for the PIAA State semifinals.